Welcome back, everybody. My clutch and throttle cables have arrived. The plus 7 inches. These came from Venhill Engineering in the UK. They do them for the Honda, which was really handy. So I don't have to mess about with the fitting elbows and stuff like that. They've just made them to the extra length that I needed. Really happy with them. So I am going to get these on the bike and hopefully I've measured them right. There we go, clutch cable in. So that obviously starts at the lever. Roots down here, goes down here between the radiator and the frame and goes to there. I did try and route it down in here using one of these little tabs and under here, but it just kind of gets in the way of the exhaust. So I just followed the cable routing on this one, which goes down there and pops in the front. So pretty much just gonna stick with that, I think. But yeah, that's all in. Now have a working clutch, which is really cool. So the throttle cables that they engineer, they came in the push-pull. There's no way of buying them unless you're buying like a custom-made one, like an individual one. There's no way of buying them with just the pull, because obviously I changed the throttle body to only be a pull. So the push cable is gone. So unfortunately I had to buy the set, so I now have a push cable that I'm never going to use, but I mean they weren't super expensive. I think they were like £35 for both, so it's not a big deal really. And if I ever do end up using it on maybe this bike or something, then I guess I've got one. But yeah, I'm gonna get this one on now. There we go, throttle cable's in. That obviously runs all the way down here, comes down the front, straight to the throttle body, and then it's got a nice snap back to it. So no need for the push cable. Yeah, really happy with that. I may have made the throttle one slightly too long, but I think that might be because this is on full lock to the left-hand side. But if I tilt it upright, there's plenty of clearance there. And then if I put it on full lock the other side, there's no tension on it. It's not pulling or anything. It's completely loose. Because what you don't want to happen is, you turn the bars fully to the right and then it pulls on the throttle cable. Obviously that's not good. So yeah, pretty much where we stand now. All the cables are on. Brake line, throttle line, clutch cable. So they are all connected. They just need obviously tensioning to the proper tension once I've got the bike started and stuff. Yeah, they are on. There we go. I finished wiring up the indicators. They are super tiny. So basically I've replaced the M8 bolts with these guys. So they actually hold the headlight unit in. So that's quite nice. The rear indicators I have added onto some little brackets that fit round. They sort of clamp around the tube of the frame, and then all the wiring just hidden up here goes into the box. Same with this side, except the only difference with this one is this also has the wire from the tail light. So they're all sort of plugged in now. So just do the left one. I mean, I didn't bother recording any of the installation of any of this, mainly because it's just more sort of wire trimming and you know, whatever else. It wasn't very interesting. It was just more wires, clipping ends and crimping bits, and it wasn't that big of a deal. It was only, you know, a couple of bullet connectors and plug those in. One thing I do have to do though, I've just taken the warning lights out of here. I've got them over here. One thing I do have to do is I have to fiddle about with these wires, because the way that these lights work, the old bulbs, is that there isn't a ground on the indicator bulb. So the old circuit, it used to just flow through left to right or right to left, depending on which indicator you used. But now that I'm using these LED ones, the problem is anytime an indicator comes on, this bulb lights up and all 4 indicators light up together, because this bulb is bridging the circuit. So the way to deal with that is to install a diode, like a one-way diode, onto this bulb. It's not much of an issue. Basically, I'm just going to clip these two, install the diode. One of these will then become a ground, which I will splice into the main high beam ground, and the diode, the 2 inputs, which are this one and this one hanging out here, these 2 will go into the diode, then one cable will come out, go to the bulb, and then this other cable from the bulb will go into ground to the main beam, and that will solve that issue. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with sort of how these have come out. These were from Biker Mart, I think. These indicators are quite nice, the little bullet ones. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, apart from that little diode that I've got to mess about with, that is all of the wiring done. So I think what I'm probably going to do is, now that I've got these cables on, they're not adjusted yet, but they're on. But what I'm probably going to do now is put the exhaust pipes on. Now that is exciting, because that's something I've really been looking forward to. Oh my god, look at this thing! Oh, that is ridiculous. Let me see if I can get the whole thing in. Here we go. That is ridiculous. It's so shiny. I say, I haven't torqued these bolts up yet, mainly because I haven't got the crow's foot socket that I need for that back bottom one there. But I mean, I've just sort of hand tightened them and then tightened them a little bit with the wrench, the socket rather, mainly so they don't just fall off. But I haven't tightened them enough to crush the gaskets properly yet. So I'm hoping there's enough space here that I don't just burn my leg. I'm pretty sure it will be fine. I mean, yeah. Imagine sitting down. Might just have to be a little careful. But yeah. I wonder if it sounds any different with the... That sounds so funny. Yeah, that looks absolutely badass. I'm really happy with that. Plenty of clearance on the cable there. That's going nowhere near the exhaust pipe. Nothing else is touching it really. The only thing I think I'll have to fiddle about with is the oil filler cap, which is now buried down there. But I think I'll probably end up having to get like a funnel with a hose or something on the end to just tuck down there and fill that guy up. I don't actually know. I'm actually gonna undo it. But that's a problem for future me. It does actually have oil in it, but yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. It looks ridiculous. It looks as good as I hoped it would. It's so short, stubby. And yeah, I really can't wait to get this thing fired up properly. It's going to sound so good.